protocol and 2 ports does DHCP use? A. UDP53, UDP67. B. TCP25, TCP143. C. UDP67, UDP68. D. TCP80, TCP443. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. UDP67, UDP68. Explanation. DHCP uses the UDP protocol and operates on ports 67 and 68. 2. Which layer 4 protocol and port does DNS use for queries? A. TCP25. B. UDP53. C. TCP443. D. UDP67. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. UDP53. Explanation. DNS uses UDP on port 53 for standard queries, though TCP can also be used for larger transfers like zone transfers. 3. What are the 3 primary clear text layer 7 protocols and ports used for email? A. SMTP TCP25, POP3 TCP110, IMAP4 TCP143. B. HTTP TCP80, HTTPS TCP443, FTP TCP21. C. SSH TCP22, Telnet TCP23, DNS UDP53. D. SNMP UDP161, NTP UDP123, LDAP TCP389. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. A. SMTP TCP25, POP3 TCP110, IMAP4 TCP143. Explanation. SMTP, POP3, and IMAP4 are the standard protocols used for sending and receiving email, and they operate on TCP ports 25, 110, and 143, respectively. 4. What are the encrypted and unencrypted port numbers for LDAP? A. TCP80, TCP443. B. TCP389, TCP636. C. TCP110, TCP25. D. TCP22, TCP23. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. TCP389, TCP636. Explanation. LDAP uses port 389 for unencrypted communication and port 636 for encrypted communication. 5. What layer 4 protocols and ports does SIP use? A. UDP67, UDP68. B. TCP5060, TCP5061. C. UDP53, UDP123. D. TCP110, TCP143. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. TCP5260, TCP5261. Explanation. SIP uses ports 5060, unencrypted, and 5061, encrypted, for VoIP and multimedia sessions. 6. What are the 4 core protocols in the TCP/IP suite? A. HTTP, FTP, DNS, ARP. B. SMTP, DHCP, DNS, ARP. C. TCP, UDP, IP, ICMP. D. TCP, UDP, HTTP, ICMP. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. TCP, UDP, IP, ICMP. Explanation. The 4 core protocols of the TCP/IP suite are TCP, UDP, IP, and ICMP, which provide essential communication and error handling services. 7. What are the 7 OSI layers in order, from top to bottom? A. Physical, data link, network, transport, session, presentation, application. B. Application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, physical. C. Data link, transport, network, physical, session, application, presentation. D. Network, data link, physical, session, application, transport, presentation. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, physical, explanation. The OSI model is structured from the application layer, top, down to the physical layer. 8. Which mechanism is controlled by a hub between CSMA SAR CD and CSMA CA? A. CSMA SEED. B. CSMA CA. C. CSMA IP. D. CSMA AID. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. A. CSMA SEED. Explanation. CSMA SEED, Carrier Sense Multiple Access with Collision Detection, is used in wired Ethernet networks where hubs control the medium. 9. What defines the boundary of a collision domain? A. Router. B. Switch port. C. Hub. D. Bridge. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Switch port. Explanation. A switch port defines the boundary of a collision domain because switches operate at layer 2 and segment collision domains. 10. What defines the boundary of a broadcast domain? A. Switch port. B. Hub. C. Router. D. Repeater. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. Router. Explanation. Routers separate broadcast domains by not forwarding broadcast traffic between different networks. 11. Which table includes the physical port number between a MAC table and an ARP table? A. ARP table. B. A MAC table. C. Routing table. D. DNS table. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. A MAC table. Explanation. A MAC table contains entries that map MAC addresses to physical port numbers on a switch. 12. Which popular routing protocol is a link state protocol? A. RIP. B. EIGRP. C. OSPF. D. BGP. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. OSPF. Explanation. OSPF, Open Shortest Path First, is a link state routing protocol used to calculate the shortest path for network traffic. 13. Which popular routing protocol is a hybrid between distance vector and link state? A. OSPF. B. RIP. C. EIGRP. D. BGP. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. EIGRP. Explanation. EIGRP, Enhanced Interior Gateway Routing Protocol, is a hybrid protocol that combines the features of both distance vector and link state protocols. 14. Which popular routing protocol is an exterior gateway protocol? A. OSPF. B. RIP. C. EIGRP. D. BGP. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. D. BGP. Explanation. BGP, Border Gateway Protocol, is an exterior gateway protocol used to exchange routing information between different autonomous systems. 15. In IPv6, what does a router use to inform a client of the network prefix? A. Router solicitation. B. Router discovery. C. Router advertisement. D. Neighbor advertisement. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Router advertisement. Explanation. In IPv6, routers send router advertisement messages to inform clients about the network prefix and other configuration details. 16. Which QoS mechanism embeds traffic priority in an IP header? A. MPLS. B. diffserv. C. RSVP. D. Frame relay. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Diff-serve. Explanation. Diff-serve, differentiated services, embeds traffic priority information into the IP header to manage quality of service. 17. What IEEE designation is used for VLAN trunking? A. 802.1d, B. 802.1x, C. 802.1q, D. 802.11. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. 802.1q. Explanation. IEEE 802.1q is the standard for VLAN tagging, used for VLAN trunking across network devices. 18. Which two IPv4 address classes do not use a subnet mask? A. Class A, Class B, B. Class C, Class D, C. Class D, Class E, D. Class A, Class E. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Class D, Class E. Explanation. Class D, multicast, and Class E, experimental, addresses do not require subnet masks. 19. In which network topology is every node a repeater? A. Star, B. Mesh, C. Ring, D. Bus. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. Ring. Explanation. In a ring topology, each node is a repeater, forwarding data to the next node in the ring. 20. An ad hoc wireless network uses which type of network topology? A. Star, B. Bus, C. Ring, D. Mesh. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. D. Mesh. Explanation. Ad hoc wireless networks typically use a mesh topology, where each device can communicate directly with others. 21. At what OSI layer are most LAN and WAN protocols defined? A. Layer 1, B. Layer 2, C. Layer 3, D. Layer 7. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Layer 2. Explanation. Most LAN and YARN protocols are defined at Layer 2, data link layer, where the protocols handle the physical addressing and error checking. 22. Which cellular technology is widely implemented across the globe? A. CDMA, B. TDMA, C. GSM, D. LTE. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. GSM. Explanation. GSM, Global System for Mobile Communications, is the most widely used cellular technology worldwide. 23. Which type of DNS record is used for spam control? A. A record, B. MX record, C. To name record, D. TXT record. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. D. TXT record. Explanation. TXT records are used in DNS to store text information, including SPF and DKIM records for email spam control. 24. What do you configure in DHCP to add the address of the default gateway and DNS server? A. Lease options, B. Server options, C. Scope options, D. Client options. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Scope options. Explanation. In DHCP, scope options are used to define parameters, such as the default gateway and DNS server for clients in the specified scope. 25. What connector type is used for ordinary telephone cables? A. RJ11, B. RJ45, C. BNC, D. DB9. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. A. RJ11. Explanation. RJ11 connectors are commonly used for telephone lines, while RJ45 is used for Ethernet cables. 26. Which twisted pair cable category is a cheaper alternative to using Cat6? A. Cat3, B. Cat5e, C. Cat7, D. Cat8. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: B. Cat5e. Explanation: Cat5e is a cost-effective alternative to Cat6 for most network installations, providing support for gigabit speeds over shorter distances. 27. What is a generic network term that can either refer to a software switch or any device that connects dissimilar network segments? A. Switch, B. Router, C. Bridge, D. Gateway. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer: C. Bridge. Explanation: a bridge is a network device used to connect different network segments, either in hardware or software. 28. Radius, Tarcax, and Tacax are all examples of what type of security system? A. Intrusion detection, B. Authorization, C. Authentication, D. Accounting. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer: C. Authentication. Explanation: Radius, Tacax, and Tacax Plus are used for centralized authentication services in networks. 29. What is the name for the thin layer that sits between the hardware and operating system and controls the virtual environment? A. Hypervisor, B. Container, C. Kernel, D. Emulator. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: A. Hypervisor. Explanation: a hypervisor is software that allows multiple virtual machines to run on a single physical host by abstracting the underlying hardware. 30. How many B and D channels does primary rate interface, PRI, ISDN have? A. 23B 1D B, 30B 1D C, 10B 2D D, 16B 1D. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer: A. 23B 1D. Explanation: PRI ISDN provides 23B channels for data and 1D channel for signaling, commonly used in T1 lines. Struggling with your WGU exams? We've all been there. Welcome to OAExams.com, your ultimate resource for WGU success. Find over 15,000 plus questions and answers. Join our thriving community of over 10,000 active WGU students and an impressive 100% success rate with our premium exam support. Visit OAExams.com today and take the first step toward guaranteed success. 31. What type of DMARC allows a telco to conduct remote diagnostics on your phone line? A. Smart Jack, B. Punch-down block, C. Patch panel, D. Cross connect. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer: A. Smart Jack. Explanation: a smart jack is a type of demarcation point that allows remote diagnostics and troubleshooting by the service provider. 32. What type of diagram shows the placement of devices in an equipment rack? A. Topology diagram, B. Floor plan diagram, C. Rack diagram, D. Network diagram. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: C. Rack diagram. Explanation: a rack diagram illustrates the arrangement and placement of devices in a network equipment rack. 33. What term refers to the expected time for a device or system to be back in service after a failure? A. Mean time to repair, MTTR. B. Mean time between failures, MTBF. C. Recovery point objective, RPO. D. Service level agreement, SLA. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer: A. Mean time to repair, MTTR. Explanation: MTTR refers to the average time it takes to repair a device or system after it fails. 34. What type of security system examines the logs of many network devices, looking for event correlation and trends? A. Intrusion Detection System, IDS. B. Security Information and Event Management, SIEM. C. Network Access Control, NAC. D. Data Loss Prevention, DLP. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Security Information and Event Management, SIEM. Explanation. SIEM systems aggregate and analyze logs from various network devices to identify potential security threats. 35. A site-to-site VPN between two routers typically uses which VPN protocol? A. L2TP. B. IPsec. C. SSL. D. PPTP. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. IPsec. Explanation. IPsec is the most commonly used protocol for establishing secure site-to-site VPNs between routers. 36. Uncontrolled use of proprietary software can lead to what type of violations? A. Bandwidth violations. B. Service level violations. C. Licensing restrictions. D. Firewall violations. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Licensing restrictions. Explanation. Uncontrolled use of proprietary software can violate licensing agreements, leading to legal and financial penalties. 37. Traditional biometrics, something you are, have been extending to include what authentication factor? A. Something you know. B. Something you do. C. Something you have. D. Something you read. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Something you do. Explanation. Biometric authentication has evolved to include something you do, such as behavioral biometrics like typing patterns or gait. 38. What two encryption protocols are used in WPA2? A. TKIP and WEP. B. AES and CCMP. C. DS and RC4. D. RSA and SHA. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. AES and CCMP. Explanation. WPA2 uses AES, Advanced Encryption Standard, for encryption, and CCMP, Counter Mode, with cipher block chaining message, Authentication Code Protocol, for message integrity. 39. What key management protocol was introduced in WPA? A. AES. B. TKIP. C. CCMP. D. IPsec. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. TKIP. Explanation. TKIP, Temporal Key Integrity Protocol, was introduced in WPA to improve encryption key management and address weaknesses in WEP. 40. What type of attack replaces good ARP cache entries with malicious ones? A. DNS spoofing. B. ARP poisoning/spoofing. C. Man-in-the-middle attack. D. Buffer overflow. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. ARP poisoning/spoofing. Explanation. ARP poisoning/spoofing involves sending false ARP messages to a network, causing incorrect IP to MAC address mappings in the ARP cache. 41. What can you use to periodically verify that a file has maintained its integrity? A. Encryption. B. File hashing. C. Data compression. D. RAID. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. File hashing. Explanation. File hashing creates a unique hash value for a file that can be used to verify its integrity over time, ensuring it hasn't been tampered with or corrupted. 42. What type of feature works with spanning tree to mitigate the risk of introducing rogue root switches? A. Loop guard. B. Root guard. C. BPDU filter. D. Storm control. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Root guard. Explanation. Root guard is a feature used in spanning tree protocols to prevent unauthorized switches from becoming the root switch. 43. What type of punch-down block is typically found on the back of a patch panel? A. 66 block. B. 110 block. C. Cross-connect block. D. Smart jack. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. 110 block. Explanation. 110 punch-down blocks are commonly used on the back of patch panels to terminate and organize network cables. 44. What hardware tool can identify breaks and insertion loss in a fiber optic cable? A. Tone generator. B. Multimeter. C. OTDR. D. Cable tester. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. C. OTDR. Explanation. An optical time domain reflectometer, OTDR, is used to detect faults, breaks, and loss of signal in fiber optic cables. 45. What command identifies a network path as well as reports on packet loss? A. ipconfig. B. traceroute. C. pathping. D. ping. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Pathping. Explanation. The pathping command is a combination of ping and traceroute, providing both route information and packet loss statistics. 46. What command is the Linux equivalent of ipconfig? A. netstat. B. ifconfig. C. traceroute. D. ping. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. ifconfig. Explanation. In Linux systems, the ifconfig command is used to configure and display network interface settings, similar to ipconfig in Windows. 47. What common command line tool can be used to port scan a network? A. Wireshark. B. ipconfig. C. nmap. D. ping. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. C. nmap. Explanation. Nmap is a widely used tool for network discovery and security auditing, often employed to scan open ports on a network. 48. What type of cable flips the transmit and receive pairs? A. Straight-through cable. B. Crossover cable. C. Fiber optic cable. D. Shielded cable. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Crossover cable. Explanation. Crossover cables are used to connect two similar devices directly, such as two computers or two switches, by flipping the transmit and receive pairs. 49. What is the word for variable latency? A. Jitter. B. Lag. C. Echo. D. Drop. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. A. Jitter. Explanation. Jitter refers to the variation in packet delay, which can cause issues in real-time applications like VoIP. 50. What is typically responsible for handing out unauthorized IP addresses to clients? A. Rogue DNS server. B. Rogue DHCP server. C. Man-in-the-middle attack. D. ARP poisoning. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Rogue DHCP server. Explanation. A rogue DHCP server is an unauthorized server that hands out incorrect IP addresses to clients, potentially disrupting network communication. You've reached the end of our first question set. For the complete exam preparation experience, visit us at oaexams.com, where you'll find thousands more practice questions and comprehensive study guides. Thanks for studying with us today. See you in the next video.